When it comes to buying your first home, I wish it could be as easy as taking out a home loan and then getting the keys to the house. But obviously there's a lot more to it than that. It can be so overwhelming with all the fancy words and acronyms they use like LIV reports, DTIs, UMIs, LVRs, triple CFAs, and so many others that I don't even want to start thinking about. But the thing is, if you don't know, then you won't know the right questions to ask the professionals when it comes down to actually buying a house. A pushy real estate agent can make a house look nice to you and miss out key information just because they want to sell the house off. And what if you get the wrong house? As a first home buyer myself, I found the experience a little bit stressful having to deal with so many moving parts in the purchase process. There's so many people to try and deal with, from lawyers to real estate agents to mortgage advisors, building inspectors, all the way to the banks. If you get past all that and get your hopes up on a house that's for auction, it can be so terrifying going against people who throw around money like it's nothing, leaving you utterly disappointed, and you might even give up. For me though, I never gave up on wanting to buy my first home. And yes, it can be so hard to try and get your head around how the property industry works. To be honest, if I hadn't taken the time to educate myself, I would have probably just waited for the property market to flatten out. Or waited for my parents to get too old and they would just give me their house. I would never have had the confidence to try and tackle this thing head on. And it might sound like a big deal. Well, it is. It's going to be the biggest purchase of my life, and I want it to be a good one. At Finax, we are led by a property investor who truly has an inspiring story, from living in a state house to building her now $25 million portfolio. Lucia is passionate about getting people into home ownership, and her team shares that same passion. I took part in the first Own My Home First Home Buyers course and walked away with so much confidence to get out there and purchase my first home with newfound knowledge and understanding on what to look out for and how to actually secure the first property. In this course, I was taught how to analyze important documents like the sales and purchase agreement, understand LIM reports to identify red flags and major issues to a property that could cost me hundreds and thousands of dollars, and how to make sense of a property's title and how it actually impacts you. We ran through different types of properties and the pros and cons of each, like freehold versus new builds, cross lease, units, apartments, and all the rest. We even got to hear from a real estate agent and a property coach, and they gave us tips and insights on how the agents use tactics to try and get you committed and hooked to a property that might not even be good for you. In the Own My Home First Home Buyers course, you get the chance to learn basic building inspections, saving you thousands of dollars in due diligence, and how to actually secure a property with useful negotiation and auction tactics. You also get to go out with the rest of the team to open homes, so you can put all that to practice. You also get the ability to reach out to Finax's first home buyer ambassadors for advice, like Keelan, who managed to buy his first home by himself at the age of 22. This course really showed me how I knew nothing about the property industry before. And it has highlighted the importance of education around property, especially if you're buying your first home, as it is the launchpad for your future. It's probably going to be the largest investment you'll make in your life. Make sure you invest in yourself so you can make the right choices. So if you're a first home buyer and you feel like you're outgunned by all the investors out there buying out all the properties, let me encourage you with this. There's a home out there for you, and all you need is some help to get you started. And once you've started, keep going. And eventually, you'll get those house keys that you've always wanted. I mean, I did within the month of attending this course. And so did these guys after working with Finax.
Having the confidence to not get bullied by real estate agents was definitely something that we picked up from the class, and just knowing what the house is worth, what you're willing to spend, and just not letting everyone push you around, you know, could have saved us on buying a house that, you know, wasn't best for us. So.
The biggest aha moment for me, and Lucia drilled this into my head from day one, was confidence. She will say this to everyone that works with her. She will say, You need confidence. None of that meant anything to me when we first started with her. But that is the biggest takeaway, is you need to be confident and you need to know what you want. You need to be strong in knowing what you want. And confidence carries you that whole way. And you will flake, you will fail if you don't have confidence. That was my biggest aha moment, was when I felt that confidence come through. I was like, we've got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.